Hello.
Hi, sir.
Hi. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I have great pleasure in welcoming you all to the Study Abroad webinar organized by the Hindu Education Plus in association with Harvest Abroad Studies Private Limited. Studying in a foreign university or an institution is a dream carried by a large number of students all over the world, and India is no exception to that. Students aspire for overseas education at different levels, like undergraduate, postgraduate, research, and in some cases, even at postdoctoral level. A good number of students from India aspire for medical courses abroad. Engineering, science, humanities, management, law, arts, etc. also have good number of aspirants. Countries like UK, US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Germany, Ireland, etc., to name a few, are some at the top in terms of demand. There are other several countries which students look for too. After the corona, the interest in study abroad has again gone back to the olden days. Students are attracted to overseas education for various reasons. Maybe for settling down there with a job after their study. Maybe attracted by the flexibility in the curriculum in foreign institutions and universities. Maybe for getting an international exposure and to earn a globally accepted qualification, etc. What would be the reason behind their intention to go for foreign education? It is not something that can be thought of and proceeded with overnight. Months of preparation and planning needs to go behind such an ambition. The standard of the universities and institutions, the courses available there, the eligibility requirements for admission, the timelines to apply for admissions, visa, passport, and related requirements, and many more areas need to be explored before moving for an admission. The financial requirements, scholarships available will also have to be explored. Even the climate conditions may have to be examined. It is in this context that study abroad find, fly, and flourish. A webinar is organized on discovering your dream college. It is organized by the Hindu Education Plus in association with Harvest Abroad Studies. We have three experts on panel today. Ms. Lida, who has 10 years of experience, who is a qualified and certified agent of British Council UK and a qualified education agent of ICEF for US, Australia, Ireland, and other countries. We have Ms. Melba, the branch head at one of the offices of the firm, having 6 years of experience with British Council certified agent. We also have Mr. Avinash, who is the founder and director of Harvest Abroad. He has 20 years of expertise in overseas education. He is also an award winner for 2003 of Rashtradeepika Education Excellency Award. There are several questions that are being raised by students who aspire to go abroad. Your questions can be put in the chat box in due course. So we begin the webinar by a talk on Ms. Lida. Over to you, Lida.
Thank you so much, sir. Yeah, thanks a lot, the Hindu group, for giving this particular opportunity Today's webinar session, we will be focusing on the higher studies opportunities in USA, UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, and 27 European countries, and other top study destinations as well. So we will be moving ahead with this presentation. Whether my slide is visible?
Oh, ma'am.
It has not come.
It's not come.
Yeah, it has not come. I think it is not seen.
It's not seen. Just a second.
So we see a slide, future awaits. Is it the first slide?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is seen on the screen now. Yes.
Is it visible?
Yeah, yes.
Thank you so much. Yeah, okay. So let's begin the session. Regarding this higher studies abroad, whenever a student or a parent choosing a study destination, they will have plenty of questions on their mind, like which institution they should go for, which country would be better for them, or the programs, which are the programs available in that particular country, the tuition fees, and the scholarship opportunities, and if there are any education loan supports available for them, and how the visa application process will go, like the entry requirements, whether the particular candidate is eligible or not. Is there any entry requirements or tests they have to qualify before admitting into this particular institution, and the tuition fee, the scholarship waiver, and the visa requirements, all those sort of questions. Once they get into visa, then the post-landing support, such as how to find an accommodation, where to stay, the transportation facilities, which are the rules and regulations of a particular designated country. So sort of, and part-time jobs, full-time job opportunities, such sorts of, so many questions will be on your mind. Okay, so we can help you with all the sort of questions. We can clarify each and every doubts regarding the study abroad journey. And our experienced team members can assist you with throughout the journey from end-to-end process, like from the very beginning, from the test preparation level to till the settlement in your desired country. So we will begin with the first session. Like, these are the top destinations chosen by the Indian students for their study. Like, firstly, we all know Canada, Germany, New Zealand, USA, UK, Australia, Ireland, and all. So apart from which, we'll see for USA. USA is something like, it's the #1 study destination for almost all the international students. Like, there are, when we consider the top ranked universities, USA is the best. And you might have heard about MIT, Stanford, and all, Harvard, and all. So they all comes under USA. I like, when it comes to USA's education pattern, should consider 2-3 things. Like, if you are going for a bachelor's degree, there are certain entry requirements you should consider. Like, you should have either SAT or ACT. And for apart from SAT and ACT, you should have IELTS, TOEFL, or PT requirements will be there, like maybe 6.5 IELTS in each bands, not less than 6. Okay, or TOEFL or PT. You can take alternate exams as well. Apart from which, for a master's program, students should have IELTS, TOEFL requirements. Apart from which, you should have sometimes some universities ask for GRE or GMAT. Even if you're choosing an management level course like MBA or leadership programs, so in that cases you should give GRE or GMAT, but it's not mandatory for all the institutions. That is the thing which I have to tell you about the entry requirements. Apart from which, there are 4,000 plus higher study institutions are available in USA, out of which 1,892 are public universities. Okay, the tuition fee will be like It can be start from 20,000 USD to up to 40,000. That's some average tuition fee which you can expect in US universities. Okay, and for when it comes to bachelor's level, normal duration is just 4 years, and you can opt either community colleges or even universities for your bachelor studies, or you can complete your 2 years of studies in community colleges, and you can transfer into universities which is offering the 4 years programs. So in that way, you can minimize the cost as well while studying in USA. So these kind of factors you should consider while studying in USA. Apart from which, regarding the stay back and the post-study opportunities, during the study period, you can work in on the campus if you are on a F1 visa. There are three kinds of visas for international students. One is F1, that is for generally we are applying for an academic programs. The other one is this one, J1, that is for the exchange programs. The students who are applying for exchange programs, they will go for J1 visas. Okay, and M1 visas, that is mainly for the vocational training programs. Okay, basically our students like for going for bachelor's or master's programs or even PhD programs, they will be going for F1 visas. Even the dependents will go for F2 visas. So in the case of F1 visa, student will have the opportunity to work for 20 hours per week on campus. That is the legally permitted timeline for international students in USA, and they can go for opt for OPT as well. OPT means in the sense that can be taken after completion of the course, also in between as well. So that the minimum duration is 12 months. That can be extended up to another 2 more years. That is all about USA's OPT. And once you finish your course and the OPT pathway is done, you can exchange this, transfer your visa into H1B visa. That is the duration of 6 years. After which you can consider yourself for a green card. That is a permanent residency option. You can live as a US citizen. You can live and have all the rights like a US citizen in USA. That is all about the final stage. Like it will take nearly 10 to 15 years of time to get a green card once you finish the course and everything in the USA, like the maximum timeline. Okay, that is all about USA. You should consider these programs in USA like management, engineering, STEM programs like science, technology, IT, computer science, AI, or even research programs. So all these programs are having, there are wide range of courses that are available in USA in for this particular study programs in USA. So that's all about USA, I would say. And there are plenty of scholarships available in USA, like Nehru Fulbright. And there are universities offering scholarships based on like 1/4 of the tuition fees offering as a scholarship in many institutions. And there are fully funded scholarships also for PhD level or even research students. Okay, so this is all about USA. You should consider. I'm unable to include all the university list and everything in this slide. So this is how you can simply see the top universities in USA. We'll go for Canada. Canada is also one of the popular study destination for Indian students for the last 5 years. So while considering Canada, consider these facts. Like there are, you can complete your bachelor's degree, that is 4 years program, or else you can go for an advanced diploma, that is 3 years, or you can complete your UG diploma for 1 year or 2 year. Okay. So in same case of masters, the duration will be 2 years general. And there are 1 year's PG diplomas and certificate programs available. Okay, so most of the cases, universities are conducting these proper 4 years or even 2 years master's program. And even colleges, they are conducting this kind of 3 years or career-oriented 3 years or 1 year or 2 year programs in Canada. So tuition, when we compare the tuition fee in colleges and universities, we can definitely see that tuition fee will be like starting from 6.5 lakhs or 7 lakhs in colleges. At the same time, in universities, it can be double to that, like 10, 11, 12 in that range for per year. Okay, that is all about the tuition fee differences in universities and colleges. But anyway, talking about this stay back, if the student have chosen a program which is the duration is of 1 year, then he or she will be getting a duration. PSW will be for 1 year. If your study duration is more than 2 years, then you are entitled to have a stay back up to 3 years. That is the difference in PSW. That is post-study work permit. Okay. So this is all about the post-study stay-back options in Canada. There are 10 provinces and 3 territories in Canada. So you may choose like wherever the more opportunities available for the particular courses you have chosen. Like maybe if you're going for an engineering or a management program or a technical diploma programs or even science related or healthcare programs, you should consider each and every provinces wherever the more opportunities available for a particular chosen period. So you can go for particular this one. Sorry, particular provinces. Like this. Okay, so when it comes to the permanent residency, you should have stayed for Canada is something like it's a country which is very friendly for, it's a PR friendly country, like same like Australia. You can expect to have your you can file your permanent residency through different pathway like PNP or express entry or a federal skilled route or a federal skilled class route or something like that. Okay, so there are provinces which will help you to get a PR with a 1 year or 6 months work experience after post-study in Canada. That is available like Alberta, not Alberta or Atlantic province programs, Saskatchewan. Such kind of provinces will give you the faster PR possibilities in Canada. So that is all about Canada's studies and permanent residency programs. And when we talk about the spouse, even the students are going for a master's program, their spouse, including children and their husband or wife partners, they can accompany them and they can work over there. The dependents can work over there on an open work permit basis. That is all about the plus point of Canada. Many students, students and their dependents are opting out Canada for their study destination and their final settlement. And when you consider the top universities in Canada, you can see that University of British Columbia, University of Toronto, and all those universities you can consider. These are the top universities in Canada. You can see the list of them in the next slide, like University of Alberta, University of Laval, Calgary, University of Montreal, Waterloo, and Western. So thirdly, we will see the top study destination, that is Australia. It's the third largest study destination when we compare all the other top study destination for international students. So Australia is also same like Canada. It's a PR friendly. You can expect to have a PR, after completing the course, like maybe within a 3-year or 4-year period. That is one plus point. Many of the students are opting Australia for their higher studies. And if you should consider these programs, if you're opting Australia, like healthcare or medicine, pharmaceutical sciences, or technological programs like engineering, all engineering programs, including cybersecurity, AI, artificial intelligence, and digital forensics. Such programs are having more weightage in Australia. They are considered as the shortlisted occupations in Canada. So in Australia, I'm so sorry. Okay, so that is all about Australia. And there are Melbourne is a top student cities, one of the top student cities in Australia. And when we talk about the program duration and the program structure, it is almost similar to that of Canada. You can expect to have PG diplomas, certificate programs, and proper 4 years or 3 years bachelor's programs and 2 years master's programs available in Australia. And while we considering the tuition fees, it can be vary from institution to institution, but still the tuition fee is something like 20,000 Australian dollar, starting from Australian dollar to 40,000 AUD. That is all about the tuition fee, range at which you can expect to have. And scholarships, when we talk about the scholarships, Australia is a country which universities which is offering plenty of scholarships for international students. Like you can expect to have 20%, 25%, or even 50% of your tuition fee covered in the scholarships. There are fully funded scholarships available for international students. Even if you're opting master's level programs like PhDs or even MPhil or even Master of Research programs, for which also you can expect to have fully funded options in Australia. That is all about Australia's study abroad opportunities. And this is also a dependent friendly country where you can where your spouse can also accompany you. That is all about Australia. Major institutions you may consider Monash or University of Melbourne, RMIT or University of Sydney and Cohort. There are the list is not just is completed. Yeah, it's all about. Next, we'll go for UK. UK, as we all know, for the last 2-3 years, we can see a large number of students are opting UK for the higher studies. You will find nearly 130 public universities in UK. So, and tuition fees affordable compared to other countries, like the tuition fee starting from 8.5 lakhs. That means 8,500 pounds per annum. And when it comes to masters, the duration of the master's program is generally 1 year. Unlike Canada, USA, or Australia, the duration is just 1 year. So that you will be able to complete your master's within a short period, and you can resume or start your career as early as possible. That is a plus point about UK. UK, which is consist of, there are 4 countries are there, like England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland. All these things, all these countries makes United Kingdom. So we can study in any of these countries in the UK. And when you consider UK for your higher studies, should always go for the courses which is being take you to the occupation list of the UK. So like in scientific program, psychology, social work, healthcare, medicine, paramedical programs, or even engineering programs such as mechanical engineering or chemical, biomedical, or even information technology, all sort of programs will be having more weightage, and they are having the more demand in the UK. So you can study in the unlike Canada, Australia, or even USA, you can study in UK without IELTS. That is not a mandatory requirement, because even if you have scored 60% in 12th English level, you can study in the UK without, for a bachelor's program, you can study in the UK without IELTS. And same case for masters also, you should have minimum 65% in 12th English level. So that is an IELTS waive off. But in some cases, like for MBBS or even dentistry or veterinary or even nursing or some paramedical programs, if some universities asking, definitely they will ask for IELTS. It can be vary from like 6.5 or 7.5 like that. Please keep it in mind that once you have taken IELTS, the score is valid for 2 years. So that should be academic, not general. Okay, so that is all about the entry requirements for UK. Apart from the English requirements, you should think for this general academic requirements as well. For to get into an UK institution, public universities in the UK, you should have, for bachelor's program, you should have minimum 55% in your 12th grade, and even for master's program also 50 to 55% you should have minimum. That's the minimum requirement. Even if you haven't scored enough score, like you have scored like a 45% or 48 or even 43, but you have just qualified into your you just cleared your 12th or even your bachelor's program, still you are eligible to go to UK and pursue your bachelor's or even master's. When it comes to bachelor's, you will be going for foundation program. Okay, unlike regular bachelor's program, you will be going for foundation program. Same case for master's level. Even if you are not qualified for a proper master's program, you can go for pre-master's program. Okay, the duration of this program will be 1 year or 18 months. Depends upon your score or even the university's particular criteria. Okay, so that is how it works. And in general, you should have a valid IELTS score if you are going for a pre-master's or even foundation program. Apart from which, there will be students like they would have completed their 10th or even 12th, immediately have gone for a diplomas, like maybe engineering diplomas, 3 years of 2 years of diplomas. In that cases, you don't need to go to UK to get a bachelor's degree. You can directly go for a top-up program. You can opt for a top-up program. Top-up in the sense that the program duration is 1 year, so that your credit can be transferred. You will be getting a proper bachelor's degree once you finish the top-up program. For top-up programs also, you should have a valid IELTS. That is all about the program and the entry requirements. When it comes to the stayback is something like for a master's or even a bachelor's program, the stayback is 2 years. And for PhD level programs, PhDs or research programs, the stayback will be 3 years. That is the difference between stay back for bachelor's and the bachelor's, master's and the PhD levels. Okay. Apart from which, one thing you should keep in mind that you can accompany, your spouse can accompany you to UK. You should be studying for a master's program. Then only your spouse can accompany. Another case, like they can work for a full-time basis. They are entitled to have an open work permit in the UK. So might be the rules may change. Maybe by January 2024, the rules may change and this can be removed. Like the spouse visas can be removed for international students. Okay, while studying for master's level. This will that I will keep you updated on our next webinar sessions. Okay, if the rules has been changed or something like that. Okay, this is how the education system and the tuition fee, cost of living and all. Okay, so while studying in UK, you can expect to have scholarships. Almost all the institutions are providing scholarships for international students. You can expect to have a minimum £2,000 to 5,000 GBP for annually for your academic years. Like if you chosen a program for a master's or a bachelor's, you can expect to have 2,000 to 4,000 pounds minimum, or 5,000. That is the minimum scholarship amount the universities are offering to interest students. Apart from which, there are other scholarship options also. If you're studying in Scotland, it's a Scottish university, you can apply for a salaried scholarships and Commonwealth and British Council scholarships award, Great Britain, Chevening. There are wide range of scholarships available for international students, especially for Indian students to study in the UK. Okay, so yeah, this is all about this might be the last chance for dependents and the students to go for UK. Like might be by January 2024, dependents won't be accepted for master's level programs. Okay, we'll consider our next study destination. New Zealand is one of the peaceful countries in the world, and when we consider the population, when we consider the country mass, land mass, it's just only 2,000 kilometers. It's a small island where there are 7 universities available in New Zealand for international students, and tuition fees likely affordable. Like the tuition fee comes like 10,000 New Zealand dollar, starting from $10,000 to 20,000 New Zealand dollar. That is all about the tuition fee range. And yes, definitely you should have an IELTS. You should have 6.5 minimum to admitted into the New Zealand universities. Or there are universities and colleges accepting students with the overall 6 and with a 5.5 minimum grade also. Okay, and this countries, you always keep it in mind that stay back is there. That is for 3 years, not for all the programs. You should consider that you have chosen either civil engineering or construction project management, or in project management, motor mechanics or automobile or electronics. Only these kind of programs will give you the 3 years of stay back in New Zealand after completing the course. Okay, apart from which, other programs, if you're going for other scientific or healthcare research programs, you won't be getting any stay back options in New Zealand. That is one thing you should keep it in mind. Yeah, we'll see the next slide. It's all about Ireland. Okay, Ireland is a highly innovative country. There are 13 universities are available for international students in Ireland. It's one of the safest and friendliest country. Almost all the like international companies having their headquarters in Ireland. Okay, it is it's one of the neighboring countries of UK. You can find it on the map. Yeah, so we'll see for Europe. Apart from all these English-speaking countries, we should consider the Europe as a whole. Like there are 27 European countries we do work for. What is a plus point, I would say, when we comparing these English-speaking countries and Europe, you will find the most cheapest tuition fee for bachelor's or even master's programs in European countries. Even there are universities or countries offering free education for international students in Europe. like Austria, Germany, Italy, Luxembourg, Belgium, Norway, and all. So you should consider the, and tuition fee is very less. Like you can expect to have, if it is a public or a private university, you can expect to have a tuition fee of 2,500 euros to 3,000 or 4,000, like that. That means a tuition fee like 1.75 or 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs. In that range, you can expect to have. When it comes to Germany, if we talk about the free education, Germany is one of the popular countries for Indian students. Our students are going for even bachelor's and even master's programs in Germany. So you should consider 2-3 things while opting Germany. You should learn language German, because Germany is a country which is giving more importance to language. So you should have German. You can learn it. We do have German language coaching centers with us. So you can utilize the maximum support of our trainers. You should have either A1 or A2, B1 or B2. For if you're opting a bachelor's program, there are certain programs such as medicine or dentistry or nursing, for which you should have bit higher requirements also, apart from the German language requirement. Okay, for master's programs also, either you can opt not just German instruction, you can go for English instruction. In that case, you just need to know how to communicate with the locals. Like you should have basic German language knowledge and to communicate with them, and verbal or something like apart from which you should have this IELTS. Okay, that is 6.5 or 6. Not all the institutions will ask for IELTS. Some will ask for German B1 level GOIL certification or B2. Okay, that you should consider while opting Germany. And even in the case of Austria also, there are institutions in Austria offering programs which the instruction will be in German, not just English. Okay, keep it in mind that Austria, German, Italy, all these countries are providing tuition fee less programs. Like you don't need to pay anything, you don't need to pay a single penny. But keep it in mind that you should have minimum score, like maybe you should be meritorious students, 65% or 75% should have in your 12th grade or even your UG level if you're applying for a bachelor's or even a master's. That is all about Germany and Austria. And there are programs in German, like you might have heard that Ausbildung. So that is actually a vocational diploma programs which is being conducted in German institutes. Okay, there are students going for nursing programs. Instead of going for BSc nursing, students are going for a diploma in nurse, that is Ausbildung. We can opt that. And even when we compare in the other programs also, like the duration is 3 years in Ausbildung. Same case, if you go for BSc nursing, that's the duration is 4 years. And if you're going for technical programs, same technical programs available, cluster programs available for in Ausbildung as well. Tuition fee is nil. There is no tuition fee. You will be getting a stipend of 750 or 1,000 euros per month minimum, and you can cover up your accommodation and other expenses while studying in Germany. That is for sure. If you're opting Ausbildung, that is for the bachelor's level. Okay. So and you don't need to, for the visa requirement, it's quite simple as compared to other master's or bachelor's program. Yeah, that is all about Ausbildung programs in Germany. Okay, so and Luxembourg, Norway, and Belgium, you should have a valid IELTS score. And even for Italian public universities, mainly asking IELTS score of 6.5 or 6 for their entry requirement. Okay, this is all about Europe. Okay. So Europe is something like it's a land of opportunities. Even if you're gone for a bachelor's or a master's program, you will have the opportunity to exchange yourself with the other institution located in the European Union itself. That is all about European Union mobility programs. Okay, so this particular forum will cover up your tuition fee differences and the cost of travel and accommodation expenses also. So that is one worth and one of the peculiar thing about Europe. Okay, and apart from the tuition fee part and the entry requirements, the stay back options, minimum is that stay back is varies with countries to country. Like maybe is for 18 months or 2 years or 3 years, you can extend your stay back as well in study while studying in the Europe. And the one other plus point is like you can learn a new language. There will be local languages in Europe. Each and every European country is having their own local languages, like Malta, Maltese and English, and Netherlands Dutch, or Poland Polish, Portugal Portuguese, such kind of languages you can learn, and that is also free of cost. So that is also incorporated in the curriculum itself. You can learn it, and so that will be very helpful for you to do part-time jobs while studying in the Europe. You can work for nearly 20-24 hours per week while studying in the Europe, and also can travel. These are the Schengen countries. There is no, you don't need to have a new visa to travel to one destination to other. So we will find students studying in Germany or Austria. They'll be traveling throughout the year, like they will be going to France. They'll be moving to Netherlands. Even if you can work and move to these European countries, that is one plus point about Europe. Okay, so the tuition fee is very less. Even if your parents are not able to pay you for like USA or Canada or Australia, you can simply opt for Europe. And the entry requirements, not all the countries will ask for IELTS or this GMAT or GRE exams. You don't need to have. You can simply apply minimum entry requirements, like 45%, 50%, 50%. And there are some countries they will ask for IELTS. Otherly apply with your MOE, that is medium instruction. So the detailed document list, checklist, and everything that will be given to you. You may contact us at the end of the session. Okay, this is all about Europe, and there are other study destinations also, like Singapore, Japan, Malaysia, Israel, South Korea, and UAE. So when we consider the Singapore, UAE, and Malaysia, all these countries are having universities they are actually offering the programs of maybe US-based universities or UK institutions or even Australian. So we will have an opportunity to study in these countries without spending huge amount of money, and you'll be getting a degrees which is valid and recognized in those countries as well. Okay, so that is all about Singapore, Malaysia, and UAE. You will find plenty of students. You will find many students are opting Malaysia, Singapore, and Japan. When you consider Japan, the major intake is like April and September. Okay, so there are lots of scholarships available for Indian students in Japan. You should consider these factors, like you should have a minimum knowledge of Japanese to do the part-time job while studying in Japan. And when we consider South Korea, also same case, like you should have a basic knowledge of Korean language. You should have, okay, then only you can study over there. Many of the students, like most of the cases, master's students only going for this opting South Korea rather than bachelor students, because 30% of the institutions are offering their studies in Korean itself, not in English instruction for bachelor's level. For master's level, you will find plenty of institutions offering masters in English instruction. So it won't be an issue for you to study over there. So anyway, to sustain in any country, like even if it is not an English speaking country, you should have a basic knowledge of the particular regional language of that particular country. That is very important. Okay, that is all about Japan and South Korea. And you may tuition fee is very less compared to other countries. In Japan, you may find like tuition fees, like there are tuition fee waive off, like for if you have meritorious students who have scored 80% or 85%, 90% during your 12th level or even your degree level, you can study without paying a single rupee. That is possible. And even same case for South Korea also, they're offering plenty of scholarships for Indian students, especially. Okay, and the visa requirements and the formalities are like almost hassle-free, unlike other countries. That is all about these these countries. And when we consider Israel, you should better to know Hebrew. It's not mandatory. You can study while studying over there, but still students are opting Israel for especially for engineering courses, science, technology, even IT, mechanical engineering, even agricultural programs. So all those programs are having more weightage in Israel. Okay, this is all about these countries. Okay, so we are also having specialized education recruitment for study MBBS also. Like we do work for 18 plus countries for study for MBBS as well. We may find them the requirements. We don't have much time to discuss each and everything. So I will be just showing this. You should have a minimum needs score. That is a minimum requirement to study abroad. And if you want to come back to India, then only. Otherwise, it's not mandatory. So you can connect us for further details on study MBBS abroad. These are our services. We do provide end-to-end support for our students and their parents, like from the very beginning, like we are offering a free career counseling sessions for every parents and the students. You can opt either online or offline. You can visit us, or you can have an online sessions also with us. And we do support with your proper course selections and the university selection, the application process. And if you have to have IELTS or a TOEFL or PT requirement, that also we have the extensive coaching centers available with us, and travel assistance, forex, scholarships and bursary. And we do have scholarships support for our students. Every year we do support our students with scholarships. We do have our own bursaries also, and the pre-departure briefing and the accommodation. Accommodation is very important while you opting any foreign country for international studies. Okay, so we have a specialist team in supporting you with your accommodation and your part-time jobs in each and every countries. We will be supporting you till you settling over there. Even if you're settled, also still, if you want support in sort of internships to find some full-time jobs or a part-time jobs, we will be having. You can take your support from us for finding a job also. Okay, so apart from which we are having our own tours and holiday sessions. If you find some time, you can still reach out us, and you can travel abroad to the top study destinations with us.
I think we have to, you should conclude the session.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah. It's all about the today's sessions. You might be having some questions about this higher study, this one, enter requirements or the course opportunities, or even the timeline or anything. You can just reach out us, or you can write me over there.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Lida, for that.
Thank you, sir.
A very informative presentation about the study abroad part on various top destinations of the world.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So my next session will be handled by Ms. Melba, who will speak about the study opportunities in other reputed destinations. So over to you, Melba. I think, yeah, you can talk for about 20 minutes, and then we will pass on to the question and answer session.
Yeah, sir, I have already covered this Europe also in this speech already. So you can go ahead with this question Q&A session, I think.
So I think Melba is not speaking now?
No, sir, she's not.
Okay.
I have already covered the slides also.
Okay, then who is answering the questions?
Yeah, she will also be participating. Melba also will be participating. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll start with a very simple question.
Yes, sir, sure.
One of the students. What
Okay,
are the
sir.
basic differences that you see in the education system in India and abroad? Because there's
Yeah.
a confusion among students whether to continue in India or to go abroad.
Yeah.
So what are the basic differences that you have
Uh-huh.
observed as far as Indian education system is concerned when compared to
Hmm.
the current education system?
Okay. So basically, it's just not a trend. Many of the students are opting higher studies abroad because why? Because of the firstly, we should consider the opportunities, job opportunities in India. Even if you have completed a engineering or even a healthcare or whatever the field you are in, you won't be able to find like job reputation or much opportunities in India. That is one thing. And the education system, you will find difference in education system if you study abroad. Like here we what we do is we do mug-up. It's purely like theoretical, but we consider other countries students are feeling like they are literally doing a practical oriented education. That is the one major differences you will find when you consider compare India and other study destinations. That is all I can say. Apart from which, the study course options, course availability. Like if, for example, if a student have completed a degree in BSc Physics, like a physics graduate, in India, we will have the option either we can go for MSc Physics or even electronics, or either we can go for a TNPSC or UPSC or a bank clerk or some other clerical jobs. That is our post study opportunity. But when you consider UK, USA, or other Australia, other countries, you will have plenty of course opportunities. Like you can go for medical physics and medical imaging technology, radiation physics, radiation science, astrophysics, astronomy, such sorts of wide range of programs and available in foreign countries. That is one plus point you will find in while we considering Indian institution and Indian higher studies and Indian education and the higher studies in various countries like USA or UK. And basically, while studying also, we can work during your study period. That is one thing. And assessment plan also. Assessment is like here what we have to do, like we will be studying throughout the semester or an year. Then at the end, we will be given examination. So based on this based on the performance of our final year or the annual examination, we will be getting our scores. That is one thing we will consider here. But when we consider other countries, all your efforts and your hard works will be valued throughout the study phase. That is the one plus point you can find. And even a student here, if an average student like 48% or 50% scored in degree or master's bachelor's level, he goes abroad and he studies well, he's getting distinction out of it. That is while we graduating, he gets a good marks that we can't even compare with her bachelor's degree or master's degree in India and what he has gained from the higher studies from other countries. That is one thing I would say. The differences you may feel in your professional level also, and in personal and even personal level also. That is one thing I would say. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Another question that a student of class 12 has raised. He's studying in class 12. He doesn't have
okay, sir.
He doesn't have a passport. He has not initiated any activity for getting a visa. He asked if it's too late to think about going abroad next year.
Next year. Okay.
Yeah. After the class is completed.
Yeah. So actually, once you finish, you definitely should have a passport to apply for international studies for any countries. That is the first document you should have. And apart from which, there are universities and colleges accepting students from 11th grade also with your expected scores. That is possible. And you should consider now only and see for the end requirements for the particular country or the chosen program and start fulfilling. You don't need to wait because we have plenty of time. Usual intake is like September intake. So by the time, by March or May, you will be getting your results and certificates will be with you. So you can start. we can start process. You can start processing your application also.
Okay, please continue. Please continue.
Yeah. So you keep it in mind that you should have minimum 2 to 3 months of time in hand to apply for an university or institution in general. But while we considering USA or Canada, you should have minimum 6 to 8 months of period. When it comes to USA, for Canada or Australia, you should have minimum 3 to 4 months minimum timeline you should have to gather all the documents and fulfill all the criteria. Even if you are taking an education loan, or you have to get it done the documentation part and everything, you should have plenty of time with you. So you can now only you don't need to wait for 1 year to waste and think on where to go and which course I should go. You can now only you can start analyzing, and you can consulting us, and you can get a final conclusion that which university, which country you should go, and you can start processing right now. You don't need to wait, I would say. Yeah.
Okay. I hope
Okay, sir.
it's clear.
Yeah.
Now, which is the best level of education that you consider for a foreign education? Is it after +2, or after graduation here, or after post-graduation? Because various offers are being given to students. Now, these days, students even think about going abroad after class 12. Is it a proper time to go for foreign study after class 12? Or should we wait for earn a degree from India after the undergraduate level and then go for foreign education?
Yeah, sir, I don't think so. Like they should wait to have a bachelor's degree, then only should go for master's abroad. It's not like that. It actually depends. If you are opting a bachelor's program, then by the time itself you'll be having that qualities or skills you'll be having once you finish your course. Like you will be self-oriented. You will be able to do your things your own. Okay, you will be able to manage the things, time, money. You will be start working, the earning mentality. All those things can be developed as early when we start from the once you finish with your 12th standard. That is possible. For I would say, like there are students they are going after 12th standard or even a master's bachelor's level. When we compare them, I don't find much differences among them, but education is something like this is the real experience. So it's something like what to say, once you gain a bachelor's degree from a foreign institution, you will be ready for an employment. So even if you have completed a bachelor's, if you want to add another course option, you can still work over there, and you can study as a part-time or something. That is possible if you want to continue the education or add something add-ons. So while you consider for master's or PhD level, if you have already completed a degree and going for a master's, you will be a mature student, definitely. But you will be having more knowledge, or you will be having more idea about the programs which will be going. That is one thing. You will have a foundation about the bachelor's program, but you getting a foundation from a foreign country, that is another thing. So I don't find there is some you should consider a bachelor's. That's all about their perspectives and their students' ability to to study over there, like for a bachelor's or a master's. Because we find like there are 80% of students are going for master's level only. Okay, only 20% of students are going for bachelor's. But we consider some certain programs like MBBS or a nursing or in veterinary dentistry, students are starting from the 12th grade. Like once they finish the 12th grade, they are directly going abroad for these programs, not after completing a degree. That is another trend, I would say. So it's all about based on the courses and their job perspectives and their ability to mingle and ability to handle the situations. That's all about, I would say. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is a question on the cost involved in the study of management programs, MBA abroad. Can you just give a brief idea?
Whether they have specified any country, sir? Country or anything?
They have not specified any country. They just say MBA abroad.
Yeah. So if you're opting,
we'll focus on maybe UK or USA.
Yeah. For MBA, USA will be the best option. If you want to become an entrepreneur, there are several opportunities also. Like there are several course options also under MBA, not just MBA. You can go for executive MBA or luxury MBA or international business management, logistics and supply chain management, or even healthcare, global healthcare management MBA. So several sorts of MBA programs available. You may choose, even if you're from an engineering background, you don't need to simply go for MBA. You can go for engineering management as well. There is another program. So usually the MBA duration is 2 years abroad. But when we consider Ireland and UK, you will find MBA within, you can complete the MBA within 1 year. That's 12 months. Okay. And tuition fee, if you consider tuition fee for MBA, that is varies from country to country. If you consider USA, it can be like $25,000 per annum. If you consider university of any university in Canada, you will find the tuition fee like it can be like 10,000-12,000 CAD per year. Okay, that's the duration is 2 years. And if you find some universities in UK, you will get a very cheaper options like 9, 10, or 11 lakhs per annum. Like that is. If you find, if you see some Irish universities, Ireland University, you can get an MBA within 9 or 10, 11 lakhs in that range. Okay, it actually varies from country to country. And requirements also. Generally for MBA, universities will ask for work experience of 2 years minimum. Some universities ask for 3 years work experience. That is only in the case of USA, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland. And for not for Ireland, I'm sorry, not for Ireland. For Ireland and UK, you don't need to have a basic work experience and all. You can directly join for MBA once you finish your bachelor's degree. That is one thing. And usually, apart from the English requirements or test requirements, language requirements, you should have GRE or GMAT for applying for MBA in USA or even Australia. So in some instance, Irish universities, they are also asking for GRE or GMAT. Actually, this GRE, GMAT scores are valid for 5 years. Once you have taken the exams, the score is valid for 5 years. Okay. So this is all about MBA programs and the tuition fee range. So, and minimum, you should have to go for MBA, you should have minimum score of 55-60% general. For some cases of some universities level, they will ask for 70% or 75% academic score, like BCom level or BBA level. Or if you're from any background, like engineering, healthcare, or management, or commerce, finance, or arts, you are eligible to go for MBA. That is one plus point. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Then you said that MBA in UK is of 1 year duration.
Yeah, 1 year duration, sir. 1 year.
Suppose the person wants to come back to India after this course. Will it be a problem as far as employment is concerned in India? Because here we accept 2-year programs generally.
Yeah, I know. UK degrees are globally accredited. As we all know, the duration of the program is just 1 year only. Even if the student has completed, not just MBA, if the student has completed an engineering program from here, BTech or BTech in mechanical or electrical, they will be, while studying in the UK, the duration of the program is not just 2 years, it's 1 year only. MSc in mechanical engineering or automobile or whatever it is, the duration is 1 year only. It won't create an issue for them because it's globally accredited. They can work any part of the world with UK degrees, even if the duration is 1 year. That is one of the plus point of UK degrees, that is giving the students to complete their degrees within a short period of time and they can resume their career. That is the idea behind this duration, short duration of these programs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have been dealing with applications for visa processing, study
yes,
abroad,
sir.
those things. What reasons do you see as far as rejections are concerned? Because many of them are rejected for one reason or the other. Even today, we have heard about several students in Canada agitating as they have completed the course and some issue has been found out with their application at this stage. So what type of problems usually are faced by during the processing of applications for studying abroad? Some defects that you have noticed recently.
As you mentioned about that issue, that is actually it has nothing to do with the student visa rejection part. I think you have mentioned about one student recruitment issue, right? Like,
Yeah, yes.
yeah. So that is something which student got into institution which is not DLI. DLI in the sense, while we considering Canada, make sure that the institution is not DLI. Like designated learning institution. You can check it over there on the IRCC website, Canadian government website, whether the institution is a DLI. Okay, if this institution is not DLI, we are not entitled to have the stay back or the PR opportunities. That is one thing. And secondly, about the visa rejections. Now, visa rejection pathway, we consider like we do work for almost all the countries, and application and visa process is different. Like it varies from country to country. So while we considering Canada, major factor you should consider is SOPs and their end requirements, financial documents. Because for a Canadian student visa, we should we should prove that the student will not be overstaying in the Canada after completing the course. They will be coming back to their home country. They have strong ties in our own home country. That is one thing we should focus and we should stress during their SOP preparation. We have a specialized team to scrutinize and rewrite their SOPs and eliminate such factors when it comes to SOPs. And our visa success rate is like 98%. Okay. So apart from Canada, when we consider other countries also like USA or Europe, there are countries are having face-to-face interviews or embassy interviews for during the study visa process. Like we will be preparing them. Like there will be a set of questions will be asked to students why they are going for this particular country and their motivation to study this particular university or the particular program, whatever the job opportunities over there, and the financial background of the particular student, how he will be paying the tuition fee and all, and where he will be staying, all those about the program and the curriculum and the course modules, assessment path. As a student, as a genuine student, should know all these things, and we will be giving the proper training to make sure that there is no one is left. Everyone are getting their visas. That is one thing. And even if your visa got rejected also, still you can resubmit or appeal by eliminating or considering the factors which has been affected in your first application. That is also one thing. You should have plenty of time. Should apply, should appeal it. That's the thing.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, sir.
Which are the best destinations for studying MBBS?
MBBS, I have the slide. We do work for 18 plus countries for MBBS, like USA, UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, and there are Central Asian countries also, this one, European countries like Latvia, Czech, Italy, Germany, France. We have a plenty of list, and the requirement varies from country to country, but still in general, to work, coming back to India and work in India as a registered doctor, you should have a minimum need score, except in the case of USA, UK, and Canada, New Zealand, because these 5 countries, we don't need to give FMG test once you finish your MBBS from foreign countries. Like from these countries, we don't need to give FMG test once they finish their course from these particular countries. Apart from which, all the European, or even if you said in Central Asian countries or other countries like Malaysia, Singapore and all, you should have a valid, you should be qualified in NEET first. Then you should give, once you finish the course, you should come back and give the FMG test. For next year onwards, like this year onwards, it will be next national exit test. So that student has to give. That is all about MBBS. We have a specialized team to support students for MBBS admissions. Okay, so you can reach out us for this entry requirements, tuition fee packages, accommodation, and other sorts of the major intake is September intake for MBBS. There are countries offering MBBS in Feb, March, the spring index also. So based on the timeline at which you will be able to apply. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you made any evaluation of the standard of the institutions for study of MBBS abroad? Because the percentage of students clearing the foreign medical graduate examination is considerably low, I understand.
Yeah.
Have you made any evaluation of the standard of the institutions?
Yeah, we should, while considering a medical university, the student, we should make sure that the university is strictly following the NMC guidelines. This approved by NMC's WHO, or it should have an ECFM certification or approved by FAME, accredited by FAMER and all. Okay, and there are certain things like student wants to come back and give their MCA test here, like previously MCA, now it is NMC. So in that case scenario, you should focus on the universities are giving the coaching for the particular examination while studying MBBS as well. There are universities we do work for, they are their curriculum is incorporated with this NMC exams also, like next examinations also, FMG or next. So they are providing the extensive coaching, and their curriculum also, like Indian syllabus or something, Indian authors are there, they are having Indian faculties, so that they won't miss anything. Once they finish their course, they don't need to go for 1 year or 2 year coaching here to clear their FMG examination. They can right away, they can write the examination and clear it. That is the one thing I would say. And secondly, for while considering the institutions, go for the institutions reviews and the student testimonials, passing rate of NMC examinations, FMG examinations, and the tuition fee, the curriculum, how it works, whether it is approved by NMC or WHO, or whether it is giving the standards of studying here. That is one thing we should consider while opting MBBS abroad.
Okay, thank you. Now, several questions have come about scholarship, because financial stability or financial support is a very important factor as far as foreign study is concerned. Does scholarships come as part of the admission, or we have to apply for that depending on the country?
Not depending on the country. There are several cases at which students are sure about the scholarships. Like we can surely say that this much you will be getting based on your academic scores. Okay, there are universities that they will be getting the confirmation on their offer letter itself. And there are some cases where we need to apply for the particular scholarships. Like I will say, like governmental scholarships, that we should apply once we get the unconditional offer letter from institution, or confirmation enrollment we should apply. There will be a timeline, or there will be an interview, or there will be we need to give an SOP, why I am eligible, why should we give this scholarship to me, like why I am eligible for this particular scholarships, that we need to fulfill. We do have every year we are conducting scholarship week in December second last week and May last week for international for our students. Like so that way we will be supporting the students. We'll be giving 1 week for the time being and giving the details, like which are the scholarships the particular student is eligible and they should apply. It's all about the external scholarships I'm talking about, not the university scholarships. University scholarships, you'll be getting a clarity once you get the offer letter or the confirmation of enrollment, or even your CAS letters, or even final offer letters that will be mentioned over there. That will be minimized from the scholarship amount will be minimized from your actual tuition fee. So yeah, that's all about scholarships.
Now, which are the best destinations for humanities studies?
Yeah, for
various subjects like economics, history, political science, international relations, such subjects, which are the best destinations you would suggest? Yeah,
it depends, sir. The student has completed having a humanities degree or a 12th level humanities. They have plenty of options, like they can go for public relations, international relations, or even psychology or law. They are eligible for that. Based on the program, whichever they are going to choose, they can opt the study destination also. Not just one country. They can go for USA for public administration or psychology. And if you're considering law, you can consider UK or Ireland, or even Australia. And if you're considering any management programs like economics or something like that, they can go for Australia and even USA. And even other management programs, you will have plenty of opportunities in European countries. That is also with the low cost that is available. So you should finalize which program. There are plenty of options, post-study options available for humanities graduate or even a 12th humanities student. So based on which we can guide you properly.
What about studying law in Canada?
Yeah, they can. Requirement is like they can practice over there once they finish their Bachelor of Law from there. Okay, they can go into two routes, either a solicitor route or a barrister route. There are two routes available in this one Canada for law students. And if you have completed a LLB from India, and if you want to go for a master's program, so I would suggest better to go for UK rather than going for Canada if you want to come back and practice here in India, because as we all know, our law system, how much we are interconnected with UK British law. So it would be better if you are going for a master's. And for law master's level, there are certain course options available, like we can go for criminal law, human justice, intellectual, shipping, or international trade or anything. So there's so much of wide range of master's level LLM programs are available in all these countries. And definitely for Canada, you should have an IELTS score that is not just 6.5 or 6. Usually, select for much higher, like 7, 7.5. That is the one thing. And the duration of the program is 2 years for master's level. That is all about LLM.
Okay. We have another question. How much does an undergraduate program cost in USA?
Yeah. So can be specified any program, sir, or just undergraduate?
Not anything specific, just an undergraduate.
Yeah. We can expect to have a tuition fee of 25,000 USD. That is average tuition fee you can expect to have. That's a minimum. It can go up to 40, 45,000 or $60, depends upon the location you have selected or the program. And either you can go for usually the program duration is 4 years, and you can complete it 2 years in community colleges and get it back, come back to the universities and finish the another 2 years there, so that you can minimize the cost, because in community colleges tuition fee will be starting from 15,000 $, 18, 19. You will find cheaper options also, and scholarships opportunities available in both community as well as the proper universities. So yeah, that's all about the tuition fee expenses.
Okay. Now in India, we have 3-year undergraduate programs generally. We are slowly shifting up to the 4-year programs.
4 years programs.
Will these 3-year programs be a problem for students wanting to go for foreign study at the postgraduate level? 3-year program.
Yeah, I understood, sir. I understood the question, sir. For while you're considering Canada or even USA, there are universities will not be accepting students who have completed 3 years of degree. They are looking for 4 years of degree. Okay, like engineering or pharmacy, like BS nursing, all those sort of 4 years program. Okay, so that is a minimum requirement. In that case, you should consider the alternative options. Okay, so if the university is not accepting you, you should go for a college and get an equivalency. Then you come back to university, or get a 1-year PG diploma or something in a college or associated colleges or even community colleges. Then you finish with your proper masters in a university. That is the one thing you can say. So because majority of the cases in foreign countries, the bachelor's program duration is 4 years, not for all countries, especially in the case of Australia, USA and Canada. But while we considering UK or Ireland, the duration of the program is, there are universities offering 3 years of programs in general. So that won't be a problem for you. For all it is not applicable for all the countries, but yeah, there are certain countries and certain universities having such sort of issues, like they won't be accepting the 3-year degree holders for a master's degree.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Again, another question is regarding engineering. Which are the best destinations or countries for engineering studies?
We can go for, it is actually depends upon the program of choice, a specialty you will be choosing, master's or bachelor's level. Okay, if you are going for an IT level, IT programs, and you go for USA or Ireland or Australia, that will be better for you. And if you're going for a mechanical or chemical engineering or even automobile, Europe will be the best, like German, Luxembourg, Czech, all these countries will be best. And I would say roughly like almost all these programs, like engineering programs are in their shortlisted occupation list of almost all the countries. So you can find the job opportunities after finishing the course, and the wide range of programs are available in almost all the countries. Only thing you should consider, whichever the specialty you will be focusing on, even if it's master's or bachelor's. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does the foreign universities provide any placement support after the course is completed? Maybe for staying back there or getting a job in that country itself?
Yeah, it's available, sir. For there are universities offering courses with the co-op, or in Canada, there are colleges offering co-op programs that is 6 months or 8 months internship. It's a paid work only. When you consider this one, USA, or even Australia, or even UK or Ireland, or even European countries, you can find additional 1 year placement year, or they would call us industrial placement or industrial practice or internship. That's a paid jobs. There are universities offering sandwich programs also, like maybe for bachelor's or master's course, student has gone for a program, and during the time course period, like within the second year or third year, they will be going for the internship of 1 year or 6 months or 8 months. Once they finish internship or paid work, they will be coming back to institution and completing their degree. That sort of programs are available in almost all the countries. Okay, and basically such programs with the placement is available for technical STEM programs, science, technology, or engineering programs only, not just for healthcare or even psychology or social work or something like that. You will find this sort of support for the technical programs, especially STEM programs. That's it.
Suppose somebody wants to go for a PhD program abroad.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
UK or US.
Okay.
Is it necessary to appear for any entrance test, or is it requirement is only to contact a research guide and get admissions? I have heard that directly the students are sometimes admitted for the research programs by the guide directly.
Yeah, yes, sir. So it is PhD is something like you will be working or doing a research under a guide, maybe for 3 years or 4 years or 5 years, depends upon the permitted time. So in that scenario, generally PhDs are fully funded or partially funded, or sometimes you have to pay. If you have submitted a proposal, you want to work on that only in that scenario. If the institution is not having or providing a particular subjects of research work, so there are students we can help with this PhD applications. Like we can ask you to connect with these guides. We will be sending your proposals to corresponding guides, and we will see the response from them and see whether they're accepting or not. The based on which you can accept it. Not all the institutions will ask for the entry requirements or entry tests, unlike India for the PhD. You can directly enroll for that. You should have, and generally you should have IELTS or TOEFL score. We are applying for USA or UK or Canada or something like that. And and alternatively, you can go for Master of Research also, even if you have not that much of experience or knowledge how to do a research, and you need to have an idea how it will work. You can go for Master of Research. That is a 1 year or 2 years program. It depends upon the country, where you will be studying for it's a research program. Just not MSc, it's an MRES, Master of Research. The half of the study period will be, you will be doing a taught. It will be in the taught studies, and the half of the year you will be doing a research under a guide, so that you will be getting an idea how the course will work, which are the post PhD courses available for me, which are the fully funded options available for me, how the guide, whether the person is very cooperative or how I can complete it, whether they are supportive or not, based on which you can select your guide and you can start working on that. That is possible. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now suppose we have deemed to be universities in the country here.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Are
sir.
their degrees accepted by the foreign universities or institutions, or is there any problem regarding that?
There is no such issues with the deemed universities. If you have studied your degree or master's from deemed and you want to go for higher studies, there is nothing like that. But always keep it in mind that there are universities which are not they're in the blacklisted, or if you have studied an institution which is not approved, they don't have
Okay.
NAC or UGC. In that cases, you will find some difficulty for a West. When it comes to US or Canada, you may find some difficulties in West. So make sure that the institution you have done your UG, which is approved and accredited in India as well. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have one more question here. Does the student need to have some work experience to do MBA course abroad?
Yeah, it is good to have minimum 1 to 2 years of experience to go for MBA abroad. But even if you are not having an work experience also, still you can apply for some countries like Ireland, Europe, or even UK. Without experience also, they are accepting students for MBA. But if you consider Canada, Australia, New Zealand, USA, and some other English-speaking European countries, they will consider, definitely they will ask for work experience that is mandatory for 2 to 3 years. So it's good to have. If you don't have also, still you can go for the other options.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think we have touched upon various questions raised in a general form by the students who have participated in this webinar. To conclude,
Okay,
I would request you to give some points that the students must take into consideration or remember while taking a foreign study. Some important points that the students, because the processing of application, the timelines, and all those things, like visa applications. Now, the areas where mistakes are likely to be conducted by the students and they get a rejection and all that. Just to avoid that, would you be able to focus on a few points that the students should take into consideration, or the parents should take into consideration while starting their pursuit for the foreign study? Yeah.
So I would suggest you should have plenty of time before applying for a particular university or selecting the institution or even a country, and just check that whether the institution or even the country is providing what you are looking for, and you should have job opportunities after completing your course in the designated country, because 99% the students who are traveling abroad for higher studies are just to look for the post-study opportunities in the particular country. They are not, they just don't want to come back to India or work over here. So they're mainly focusing on job opportunities. So just always consider that whether the course which I'm going to consider in this particular country is giving much more value to this country of the which I have selected, and even in India also should have some validity, or I should have some reputation in my home country also. And secondly, they consider the factors like you should keep plenty of time, like a minimum 3 to 5 months of time after applying, like to get into a particular university, enrolled into that. So keep the maximum time, plenty of time with you to apply, and always do research about the university's modules and the assessment part and the entry requirements. We can help you with all these process. Actually, we can come to us and have a free counseling sessions. Our services are free of cost. You don't need to pay anything. So you can have it. You can discuss with us and have a final discussion, and you can conclude your program of choice or country of interest. You can finalize it, and we can start applying. And so you can prepare well for your higher studies abroad. Okay, so yeah, and always think, keep it in mind that this is a journey that everyone are not getting the chance to, like, you are lucky enough to have an opportunity to study abroad and explore the world and see the thing differently, and develop your career and your future. So make sure that it is worth, and you're opting a country or an institution or a course which is giving you the opportunities which you're actually looking for. Yeah.
Okay, the final question to Ms. Lida.
Yes, sir.
Which countries, according to you, are the best for getting a PR?
Yeah, I would suggest for getting a PR, Canada will be the best, and even Australia also. These two countries are the PR-friendly countries when we talk about English-speaking countries. Apart from which, we can see other European nations also, like Sweden, Spain, France, German, and all these European Union countries are also very good enough, like in getting into permanent residency status in their respective, like as per the current scenario. So you can consider these countries if you are looking for a fast permanent residency.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think
Yeah.
it's time to conclude. We
Yes,
have
sir.
time limit. It was a wonderful
sir.
session by Ms. Lida, covering all
Yeah.
aspects of foreign study, the precautions to be taken, the various courses, and she has answered almost all the questions that have been raised by the students in a very excellent manner. I must thank Ms. Lida on behalf of this.
Thank you, sir.
I must also thank Hindu Education Plus for organizing this study abroad seminar or webinar in association with Harvest Abroad Studies Private Limited. I'm sure that the participants of this webinar have been benefited out of this, and as she has already mentioned, you can contact the institute for further assistance on foreign education. So with that note, we wind up this session. Thank you for the participants, and thank you, Hindu and Harvest Abroad Studies. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.